All right, hey, that's a good win, man. Anytime you win at home, right? Anytime you win at home in particular, a good win, man. Congratulations, man. I think we all know we did some things tonight that weren't normal for us, right? Pretty uncharacteristic, kind of out of norm for us, right? We're better than that at times tonight that we showed. But we go right back to it this week.
They all count the same, man. Love y'all. Win on 3, 1, 2, 3. Win.
Finding a way every week. How about the Buffalo Bills? No overthinking, right? Go play some ball. Go play some football.
It's an exciting time to be a Buffalo Bill and I'm a fan of the Buffalo Bills.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Week 9 of the Sean McDermott Show presented by Kaleida Health. Coach, thanks once again for being with us. The big win, 27-17 over Green Bay. Really, it was a three-phase win. I mean, your offense in the first half, your special teams throughout, and, of course, the defense strangles them kind of in the second half. How do you feel about the way your team came out of the bye?
Well, I thought, getting a win is the most important thing, but I thought, we were solid in a lot of the aspects of the game, but we were still below our standard in some of the other ones. Fundamentally, closing out the game, taking care of the football, so much work to be done yet.
Yeah, you go into the half up 24-7, you get 17 points in the second quarter, so it's kind of, moving along pretty good. A couple of huge plays from Steph. What's the key to getting off to a hot start, at least offensively, coming out of the bye?
Well, again, it's being in a rhythm, really, and that's hard to do when you're coming off of that amount of time off. I felt like we were in a rhythm the game before that, and so you're always worried about that. But I thought Coach Dorsey did a good job of establishing a rhythm. Maybe not the first drive, but in the second drive, we got in a good rhythm, converted a third and long with Josh's legs there, and we're able to cash in.
Well, the first half, Josh goes 8 for 11, $129, a couple of TDs, got a 151 rating. But then in the second half, threw 2 picks, and then at the end of the game, it calls the win gross. So what kind of, you want to see him respond. How do you want him to respond to a game like this where he got out to a hot start and then kind of fizzled at the end?
Yeah, well, just like he did. I mean, he holds himself accountable and holds himself to a high standard, and so does everyone else. And so there's certainly things I got to do a better job with, and Josh the same, as he admitted to. And then really, if each and every one of us kind of takes that onus, that responsibility, that ownership, then we'll be a better team for it.
All right, so in week 1, Steph Diggs goes up against Jalen Ramsey. Big matchup between corner and receiver. Now, this week he goes up against the top corner, Jair Alexander. He steps up with 6 receptions, a $108, a touchdown. He's leading the league, or tied for the lead with 7 TDs, second in yards, third in receiving. He's on pace for his best season ever, which is really saying something for a guy like Steph who's had some really nice years. What has changed for Steph now for the Bills in his third season with the team?
I think, Steve, you go back to his approach. What I'm seeing, what we're seeing is his leadership really started to evolve on our football team. He was a leader last season, voted captain, but he's taken that up to another level. And with that, his routine, his process is allowing him to have the success that he's had. And then also Josh and Steph continued to really be on the same page, have that great rapport, and that's hard to stop.
So you held Aaron Rodgers defensively to 203 yards, most of which came late in the fourth quarter. Damar Hamlin had a nice game with 10 tackles. Milano had a huge interception. But Green Bay ran for 208 yards. And what did you think of the way your defense played overall coming out of the bye? And what do you say about what they need to work on?
Yeah, I thought that we bended earlier, but we didn't break. And then when we needed to get a couple of stops, we kind of got half stops, and then we let the touchdown in late in the fourth quarter there. But we did stop them at the end. So there was a lot of good in there as well. 200 yards rushing, don't love it. We've got to do a better job there establishing the line of scrimmage, playing off each other in our fits, and playing better fundamentally as well.
All right, Coach, we'll catch up with you later in the show to get your final thoughts on facing the Jets on Sunday.
The Game Plan is presented by Energy Mark. Trust Energy Mark for renewable energy supply.
Coming up, Eric Wood breaks down the tape from the Bills' win over the Packers. And stay tuned to hear Josh Allen mic'd up.
Chopping Wood is presented by St. Bonaventure University, an official education partner of the Buffalo Bills.
Welcome back to the Sean McDermott Show, and it's time to look back at the tape from the Bills' Sunday night victory over the Packers with our good buddy Eric Wood. What stood out to you most in the Bills' win over Green Bay?
I'll say this, the offense looked to be in control early. I loved what they did in the red zone in the first half. A great play design to Dawson Knox on the touchdown and also to McKenzie. Stephon Diggs, who's having a career year, showed up in a big way again in this game. In the second half, we got to see James Cook make a big play, and hopefully that's an indicator of what we're going to see in this second half of the season.
Yeah, well, let's start with the Dawson Knox touchdown. Josh scrambled and found Dawson wide open. Put the defense in a bind right here.
Yeah, they're going to run very hard play action to the right. Dawson Knox is going to be lined up as a fullback in the backfield. He goes and engages the end of the line of scrimmage, which allows Josh to roll out and also gives the added element that it could be a run play. Josh then scrambles up into the line of scrimmage, draws the defense to him, and gets Dawson Knox an easy touchdown here.
And then on the very next possession, Josh dialed up a deep ball to Diggs. This one went for 26 yards and another touchdown.
Yeah, this is a great play design, great execution. And from the snap, they run a touchable play action. And Josh, all he's doing here is he knows he has Diggs winning on the out and up along the sideline. So all he has to do is control the safety. He does that with his feet. He does it with a little shoulder move there. And then here he's going to throw a perfect ball to Diggs for the touchdown.
And then on the next Bills possession, they also drove down into the red zone and gave it to Isaiah McKenzie on a jet sweep, also for a touchdown. What'd you see here?
Isaiah McKenzie was used a lot in the red zone last year. We were wondering when he was going to get going. They utilized him here. The entire offense is blocking outside zone to the right, except for Deion Dawkins and those on the left side of the field. And so Deion Dawkins does a great job of springing McKenzie towards the edge. He gets that block, which allows him to get in space. Isaiah McKenzie is so dangerous in space. Hits him with a little stutter step, knowing that all he's got to do is get to the pylon, and he does it, makes the guy miss, and gets in for the score.
Okay, let's fast forward to the second half. Josh had a great throw to Gabe Davis. This one went for 29 yards and set up a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of attention was given to Diggs, who still went over 100 yards in this game. But as he breaks out here, two Green Bay defenders go with him. That leaves Gabe Davis wide open on the dig route, coming across the field for an easy completion in a big game.
As the fourth quarter approaches, Josh connected with James Cook for a 41-yard completion. I know fans were excited to see Cook involved in the passing game, and here we see him in the fourth quarter.
And Green Bay is going to bring pressure here, and Josh knows that there's going to be a free defender. Often he just handles that guy himself. He makes a miss here, scrambles out to his left. James Cook does a great job of staying in position with Josh, making himself available. And then when you get a guy with his speed and his athleticism in space with the ball, he can be dangerous and brings it down here inside the 10-yard line.
Great stuff as always. Thanks for this, Eric. We'll catch up with you next week to break down the Bills game against the Jets.
Looking forward to it, Steve.
When we come back, we'll have Josh Allen mic'd up for Sunday Night Football, and later we'll break down the next-gen stats on Sportsology.
Mic'd Up is presented by Geico.
Get a job done tonight, fellas. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Love it. You mic'd up? You mic'd up? I don't think I'm mic'd up.
You never tell me when you're mic'd up.
I never know. I tell them not to tell me. I don't like to be mic'd up. I always figure it out like there's cameras right in my face.
Man, isn't that the case always anyway?
Yeah, but there's a certain one.
Hoi. Hoi.
Here you go. Hey, let it spray, man. Let it spray. Hey, shoot first, ask questions, let it shoot. On 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's go. Love you. Good to see you.
Good to see you, yes sir.
Sammy, welcome back to Buffalo, brother.
Already, brother.
We should have a good run. We should have a good run here. Like, good job, Mo. Why did he? What's that? I love that. I love it. I love it. Why did he? What's that?
job, John.
Good job, Ken.
That's all that duty right there.
Those are the good ones because they stop. They see the ball bounce and kind of let up. Right, Eddie, we're set. Right, Eddie, we're set. Good job, Jimbo. Omaha, set. Good job, Jimbo. Keep toting that thing. Huh? Hey, here we go. Let's go. Let's go score, fellas. Call the let's go. Right, Eddie, we're set. Hey, that was awesome. That was perfect. Right, Eddie, we're set. Hey, can someone go get me one? Can someone go get me one right here? Hey, go get you one, huh? Go get you one. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Go get you one. Let's go. Good job on the father.
Yeah, you too, man.
Slowest touchdown I ever seen. I never seen anybody like stop, like actually stop.
Hey, we were all like, run!
It's like, what are you doing?
Run! Run! Run!
Hey, we're toting the thing, man. Good job. Keep running hard. Keep running hard. Let's go. Let's keep going.
Yeah,
You ready to go get one more? You ready to go get one more, all right? Let's go. Let's go. Keep running the rock, too, baby. Because you're doing an awesome job. All right, Eddie, we're set. Go, 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 gotta go, gotta go. Gotta go, gotta go. What's that, like grease monkeys out here, ref? Yeah. Pick.
Oh, pick!
Gotta keep here. All right, Eddie, what's that? Love you, brother. Sounds good.
Still to come on the Sean McDermott Show, we'll take a look at the Bills' next-gen stats from the win over the Packers. And stay tuned to hear Coach's final thoughts on facing the Jets on the road.
Sportsology is presented by ECMC. ECMC, bringing hope and healing to Western New York.
There's the snap, a little high, gathers it in, another run. Motor Singletary, good yardage, gets through the line of scrimmage, inside the 30, inside the 25, and finally hauled down.
It's first down and 10 from Green Bay's 47-yard line. The Bills' offense is in an 11 personnel set up against a 3-3-5 Packers nickel defense. Josh Allen's in the shotgun with Devin Singletary in the backfield. After the snap, Allen hands off to Singletary, and left tackle Deion Dawkins pulls right, picking up linebacker Rashawn Gary on the play and opening a gap for Singletary. Motor runs through the right side C gap and takes off for a 30-yard gain. Singletary ran 28.6 yards before contact. While being tackled, he picked up an additional 1.4 yards. The expected yards on the play were just 5, and there was just a 9.3% chance this run would result in a first down. Motor was the fastest Bill on the play, topping out at 16.63 miles per hour. He also traveled the furthest of any player, running for 41.12 total yards.
Snap. Josh gives it to Cook, the rookie, darts through the middle, gets a first down and more. Across the 40, up near the 45-yard line, brought down at the 46-yard line.
It's 2nd down and 1 from Buffalo's 29. The Bills' offense is in a jumbo formation using a 6th offensive lineman as an eligible receiver in Bobby Hart. Josh Allen's under center with rookie running back James Cook in the backfield. At the snap, the give is to Cook, who runs through the right side D-gap thanks to a block from tight end Dawson Knox. Cook makes contact with a Packers defender but breaks free for a gain of 17 yards. On the play, Cook traveled a total of 24.56 yards, the most of any player. Only 2.7 of his yards came before contact. 14.3 came after his initial contact with the Packers defender. Cook was also the fastest player on either team on the play, topping out at a speed of 14.11 miles per hour. The expected rushing yards were only 5, and there was a 96.7% chance of this play resulting in a first down. With this week's Sportsology, I'm Chris Brown.
Coming up next on the Sean McDermott Show, Maddy Glab and Chris Brown go inside the matchup with the Jets. Plus, Coach gives us his final thoughts on going on the road for an important divisional game.
Game Preview is presented by Independent Health. You deserve the red shirt treatment.
Welcome into this week's Game Preview. Maddy Glab alongside Bills insider Chris Brown. And of course, the Buffalo Bills made a move right before the trade deadline ended. They welcome running back Nyheim Hines to their roster, who was traded to Buffalo Bills. From the Colts, Zach Moss goes to the Indianapolis Colts. And we get another weapon for Josh Allen. Just when you thought he had all the weapons that he needed, the Buffalo Bills go up and pick another one. And this guy can be used and deployed in a lot of different ways. This is his 5th year in the NFL. He is a very, very quick player. He can catch balls out of the backfield. He can make people miss. What do you think the Buffalo Bills are getting in this player, and how do you think he could be used this Sunday against a top 10 defense in the New York Jets?
Yeah, Buffalo's offensive backfield is a lot faster now with Nyheim Hines in the equation. You've got James Cook, who runs a 4.42. Hines runs a 4.38. Both of those guys can get to the edge, so your outside zone running game figures to be more productive with two guys that are going to put stress on a defense to get to the gap quickly, or they're going to take it 60 yards to the house. I think he's more advanced in his professional career, obviously, than James Cook, and maybe they can turn to that and he can find a niche within the scope of this offense. But let's not forget, in college, this guy was a wide receiver, polished route runner. He knows how to read zone defenses, man defenses, how to make sight adjusts, those kinds of things. Does he play this week? I think if he does, he gets only a package of plays, Maddie, maybe 8 to 10.
It'll be really fun to see how Nyheim Hines gets worked into this offense. It makes the Bills even scarier than they already are.
Coach, going on the road for your 2nd divisional game. The Jets are 5-3, but what's the biggest difference in this New York Jets team and the ones you faced in years past?
Well, because of where they've finished at times, they've had chances to get high picks in the draft, and they've done a nice job with it. They really have. And the talent that they have on the defensive side of the ball, let's start there, the defensive front. Then they add Sauce Gardner to the secondary, along with a couple of other players. They've got a really strong defense. They come off the ball, and they put a lot of pressure on the offensive line.
And facing Zach Wilson, Foreign was as a starter this year in his 2nd year. He's coming off a rough outing against the Patriots. He threw 3 interceptions there. But how big of a difference do you see in Zach Wilson's game from last year to this year?
Well, he's in his 2nd year, right? So when you're a rookie, the whole league is new to you. And in particular, when you're playing the quarterback position, there is so much to digest on a week-to-week, day-to-day, play-to-play basis. It's a lot. And so when you watch a player come in through his 2nd year now, middle of his 2nd year, he's definitely improved, and they're playing well because of him.
Well, Diggs is going to have another big matchup as well. So Steph is going to go against the overall 4th pick of the draft, Sauce Gardner, who's coming off a really nice game last week. What do you expect to see out of that matchup with Steph Diggs going against Sauce Gardner?
It'll be interesting. You've got an older player in Steph, not old, but more veteran player, and then you've got a brand spanking new player and a rookie that's a talented star on the rise here at the Jets. So it'll be an interesting matchup to watch, and Steph will have to use some of his veteran experience.
All right, Coach, thanks. Good luck this week in New York. We'll catch up with you next week to recap the Jets game and then look ahead to the Vikings game back here in Orchard Park. And for you at home, thanks for watching the Sean McDermott Show presented by Kaleida Health. Glad to have you with us, and as always, go Bills.
Final Thoughts is presented by Toyota. Toyota is the exclusive and official vehicle of the Buffalo Bills. Toyota, let's go places. The Sean McDermott Show is presented by Kaleida Health, the official healthcare provider of the Buffalo Bills. By Connors and Ferris, your workers' comp attorneys. Call 716-684-COMP today. By Toyota. Toyota is the exclusive and official vehicle of the Buffalo Bills. Toyota, let's go places. And by Independent Health. You deserve the red shirt treatment.